Hey up! It's workout time, innit, people? Hope you're all feeling good today. Boris has said we've all got to stay in for a little bit longer. Still can't go back to the gym. The worst bit about all of this is how long my hair is getting. Don't know if you've noticed, but I've gone all slick back Rick. I've had to just get it out of my face because it's doing me head in. And my wife refuses to cut it for me, so I'm gonna come back looking like Jesus. Lovely. Alright, people, so today's workout. It's going to be, to start with, we're going to do a little bit of strength work. So you're going to do some Z press into some toes to kettlebell or toes to dumbbell, depending on what we've got. Once we've done that, we're going to hit a 9-minute AMRAP of dumbbell squat cleans and handstand dumbbell taps. But first, obviously, we're going to get warm. So what I want you to do is hit a 21, 15 and 9. Now remember, this is just a warm-up. So I'll put that in because it's classic CrossFit 21, 15, 9, but it's not hit it as hard as you can. It's just get warm, so just get moving. So we're going to do 21, 15, 9 squats and scapular push-ups. So for your squats, obviously you guys will all know what a squat looks like, but really focus on that movement. Again, we should all have perfect squats by the time we get back. We want to be sending that bum back and down, keeping that chest nice and high, and bringing it down and in. Hips below parallel if you can. Once you've done 21 of them, you're going to go 21 of your scat push-ups. So this is the one where we're in the top of that push-up position and we're just letting our chest drop through to the floor and then pushing it right back up to the sky as hard as you can. And again, just this pace, doesn't need to be super fast. 21 of them, and then you're going to go 15 of each and 9 of each. Once we've done that, we're going to do a little bit of stuff that will get our hamstrings ready to go and a little bit of our shoulder mobility, working it in a little bit there. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 2 rounds. We're going to do 10 sort of in-out downward dogs and then 10 plank shoulder taps. So what we're going to do is, obviously the normal way you come into a downward dog, you all probably know what a downward dog is from doing yoga and things like that, but we're just going to come in and out of it 10 times. So what I'd like you to do is come into that downward dog position and then come out of it and then come back in again, and that'll just help ease up them shoulders, stretch out your hamstrings a little bit, because we're going to be doing some Z press, which is quite a sort of angled position to be in. You're going to do 10 of them, and then you're going to do 10 of your shoulder taps. So again, out in this planked out push-up position, and you're just going to rock that weight between the two, making sure that your hips are staying nice and level and you're staying nice and tight in that midline, and your legs are nice and tight. We don't want to be rocking around and waving about in them. And again, that's set 10 and then 2 rounds. So we're going 2 rounds of the in and out downward dog, 10 of them, and then shoulder taps, 10 of them. Once we've done that, we're ready to go with some Z press. So Z press is essentially a strict press, but you're going to be sat down. We've definitely done these before, but what I really want you to focus on is keeping that torso nice and upright. So sitting like you would if someone said sit perfectly. And normally we all sit like this. What we do is pull our shoulder blades back, and we want this stomach nice and tight and then legs nice and tight. You might need to be careful about your weight for this, because taking away all the transferred tension from your legs and your hips actually makes a big difference in the amount of weight you're able to move. Your strict press and your Z press are not going to be the same weight. So the idea behind this is that we're doing 5 reps and then we're going straight into the toes to kettlebell or toes to dumbbell. But having said that, when I say 5 reps, it's 5 reps either side. So what you're going to do is you're going to go 5 reps on your left or 5 reps on the right, whichever one you start with. You can keep this nice and tight, push up nice and hard, bring it down nice and slow to them shoulders. And you're going to do 5 on one side again, swap, go 5 on the other. If you're dumbbell or kettlebell or whatever you've got weight-wise for that, you can do this with a plate, it'll work. If it's a little bit heavy for you to do one-armed, you're going to go for more reps but use 2 arms. So if you've got your dumbbell, you're going to hold it in front. But if it's relatively easy to do that, you're going to hit a few more reps than 5. So you're probably going to go for 10 or 15, depending on how light it feels. If you're doing 15, you'll probably be able to do it one arm, to be honest. But feel it out. Make sure that you're doing a decent amount of reps so that them shoulders are working. Once you've done that, so once you've done 5 either side or 10 to 15 total with whatever weight you've got, and you're going to go straight into 5 toes to kettlebell or toes to dumbbell. So you're going to put your dumbbell out behind you, you're going to grab hold of your dumbbell, and then you're going to bring your legs up to your object and try and hinge from that hip. Try and hinge from that hip and come all the way down as far as you can, and then back up again. We're talking about that compression, trying to get really tight. On your way back down, because we're strength building, take it nice and easy, build that strength through that midline. You'll have been testing your midline while doing your Z press, although it doesn't sound like it, it's definitely a shoulder movement. You've got to keep that midline tight, otherwise you look all wobbly and you won't be in a great position stacking your body and like bracing and breathing yourself. So you'll work your midline a little bit doing your shoulder press, and then when you go into your toes to object, you'll be working that midline even more. So make sure when them legs are coming back down that you're controlling them, building that strength in there. We are going to do 5 sets of that. So you're going to do 5 sets, 5 and 5 Z press, or 10 to 15 Z press, depending on what weight you've got and where you're at. And then you're going to do 5 toes together. You're just going to hit straight in with it. Rest is needed between on this, guys, but I wouldn't say that you're going to need too much more than a minute, minute and a half maybe. But the idea is this is kind of a heavy, and you're building strength, so if it doesn't feel heavy, play about with it, add some more reps if you need to, or add some more weight if you need to. Once you've done that, we're going to go into a 9-minute AMRAP of dumbbell squat cleans and handstand dumbbell taps. So dumbbell squat cleans are from the floor, people. We're not doing from hang. We are going single arm, so 5 and 5, and you're going to go from the floor. That weight's coming right the way up. Notice when I'm here, my back is lovely and straight. You don't want to be doing it like this and then flinging it up there. You're going to end up hurting yourself. You want to keep that back nice and straight. If it helps to keep that back nice and straight, you're just going to look straight forward. So pick a point on your wall or whatever's in front of you. Keep looking at that, and then that dumbbell's going to come up. You're going to catch it in that squat and then stand it back up. If it's a bit difficult for you to get that transition from here straight into that squat, do me a power clean and then go into a squat from there. So if that means you catch it like this and then you come into a squat, that's fine too. But just remember that the end goal is to be able to do that pop and drop. That's why I'm getting you to do the squat. I'm just trying to build it in there so you become more confident in catching weight in the bottom of that squat. So you go 5 either side, and then you go straight into your handstand dumbbell taps. So the way these are going to work is you're going to be in a handstand and you're going to shift your weight over to one side, bring your hand up, tap that dumbbell, bring it back down and go the other way. Now I don't have the availability to do a handstand anywhere within my gym, so I'm going to show you what the scale would be, and I'm pretty sure you guys will be able to kind of make the relation between being in a handstand. So if you can't do a handstand, or you don't want to be able to like shift that body weight, if you're not quite ready for that, or you don't have the availability to do a handstand like I am, you're going to come into a sort of downward dog position, and you're going to do it that way, but you're going to double the reps. So you're going to do 20. So what we're going to do is you're going to put that dumbbell in between your hands. You're going to come into that downward dog position, and then you're just going to shift that weight to either side and tap that dumbbell. So obviously, if you guys were in a handstand, a la Alice, painting the nails, you would be up against the wall, and you would shift that weight into one hand, tap that dumbbell, and the same on the other side, and you'd keep going, but you'd only do 10 reps if you've got your full body weight kind of over the top. But you can scale it back to that downward dog position and do it that way. If you've got somewhere to put your feet so you're in a sort of pike position, you could do it that way too, as a sort of middle ground between the two. And again, feel it out as to how many reps you would do at that sort of middle scale, whether it be 10 or 20, just see which one's more testing. So 9 minutes. I would pick a steady pace for this because it's only 10 and 10 or 10 and 20. You're going to get through a round relatively quickly. And if you start racking up them rounds, then reps are going to start racking up really quickly. You want to pick a pace that you can keep consistently going at. Keep an eye on your clock. And then when it gets to 8 minutes, if you feel like you've got some left, then give it some. You can crank out rounds in a minute. That is what I would do for this workout. Enjoy it, guys, and have a nice day. Oh, if you're feeling particularly fresh after doing this, go and hit the jack session. It's a pretty good one today. There's a lot of glute work, some shoulder stability, and some tricep stuff. Enjoy, people. See you later.